Baseball rules that almost no one understands.
Bases loaded, one out. Here's the pitch. Bonds swings and hits a pop-up out in front of the plate. Out goes the catcher Barrett. They end up letting the ball drop, but Neifi Perez better just cross the plate. He's standing away from the plate, and he tags the plate, and he scores! The Expos did not know the rule. Now Aurelia goes to second base, and over to third goes Grissom. I don't think anybody in the field knew the rule. The infield fly rule was in effect. Bonds was immediately out. The ball dropped in front of the plate, and Frank Robinson comes out of the dugout and does not say a word to the umpire, walks over to his players gathered around home plate, and apparently told them, stop arguing and learn the rules. They picked up that ball and they stepped on home plate. Neifi Perez had come down the line himself, apparently not knowing the rule, and he stopped. And fortunately, he was 10 feet away. The Expos thought they already had him out. Fortunately, he then proceeded on unopposed and tagged home plate, at which point the plate umpire Joyce called him safe, and that's how the Giants tie this game. With the bases loaded and one out, when Bonds hit the pop-up, the infield fly rule was called, meaning Bonds was immediately out. The runners move up at their own risk.
Ah, yes. One of the more confusing rules in the game, the infield fly rule. So I'm going to take a different approach to help you understand the infield fly rule, and hopefully this will be a better help for you the next time you're at a game. So instead of starting at the beginning, let's start at the end. When you have an infield fly rule situation, the batter runner is automatically out, and the runners that are on base do not have to run, and if they do, you have to tag them. So now that that's out of the way, now let's look at the conditions that make an infield fly possible. So I want you to imagine a shape that has four sides, like a rectangle. In order for a rectangle to be a rectangle, it has to have four sides. If it doesn't have four sides, it's not a rectangle. The infield fly rule is the same way, meaning there are four things that need to happen in order for the umpire to rule an infield fly. If any of these four things don't happen, no infield fly rule. Now, just like a rectangle has four sides, and neither side is more important than the other, these four things that have to happen for an infield fly, one is not more important than the other. So thing number one, you have to have less than 2 outs. Thing number two, you have to have a force play at third base, meaning you could have runners at first and second or bases loaded. Thing number three, the ball must be batted over fair territory and up in the air, meaning no bunts, no line drives, and no foul balls. Thing number four, the infielder must be able to catch this batted ball that's in the air over fair territory using what is judged to be ordinary effort. So if they're diving for the ball, sliding for the ball, got their back to the ball, trying to go get it, that's not ordinary effort. So there you go. Now you understand the infield fly rule. So the next time you go to a game, remember the rectangle, and you will know when it's a possibility of an infield fly.